Hi and welcome to my video, and today I'm talking about my new video camera. It's not a new camera, and in 2019 it's what is it now? September 7th, 2019, and this is a JVC I'm actually shooting this video with my JVC HD7, and it's a CCD camera, which in 2019 you're not going to see very many of these 3 CCD cameras. This is my new camera. I got it on Craigslist for $350 Canadian. I got a good deal because they're going on eBay for around $500 US. So I think I got a great deal on this camera. I have been wanting to buy this camera for a long time. What you're seeing, this video that's being shot right now, is being shot on a JVC HD7, and this has been my camera which I use all the time for a lot of my YouTube videos, and it shoots in 1080i, which is 1920 by 1080 interlaced, and I'm shooting at 29.97 frames per second. The audio recording quality on these JVC CCD cams is phenomenal audio quality, is all I'm going to say. Now, I'm shooting for both these cameras. You can plug in an external mic, and in my case I'm using a microphone that requires phantom power, so I'm running the mic through a something called a Marenius MM, what is it, MM 3100, sorry about that, Marenius MM 3100, and it's got 3 mono channels, and I'm running it, and it's a preamp. It's got like phantom power, not the strongest phantom power, but enough phantom power to power my Audio-Technica mic, condenser mic, or whatever, capsule mic. So yeah, this is my brand new camera, and I'm shooting it on my other JVC camera. So this is a JVC camera, and I'm shooting it with my HD7, and this is the new camera which I'm hand holding, and it's the GYHM 100, which I got for $350 Canadian, which I'm thinking is about, it's an amazing deal because they're going for $500 US on eBay. So I got on Craigslist for $350 Canadian, and that's about $300 US, I think, or even a little bit less than that. So a lot of the features that are on this camera are on the camera that I'm shooting with. So I bought my HD7, must have been 4 or 5 years ago, and I even paid, I think I paid even more. I think I paid $450 for it. Maybe, no, I think I paid around $350 for it, maybe $375 for it. And it was in brand spanking new condition in the box. Now this one that I just got, the GYHM 100, as you can see, it's in pretty new condition, so I think I got a great deal. Not only did I get a good price, but I got a camera that's in pretty good condition, and it came with three good sized batteries as well. So yeah, the one that I'm shooting at shoots in 1080i, which is 1920 by 1080i interlaced, And this one here has slightly a larger CCD sensors. They're 1/4 inch sensors, and the JVC that I'm using right now has 1/5 inch sensors. I'm shooting using sort of a cheap wide-angle lens attachment on my JVC HD7, which I want to get for this one too. I want to get a wide-angle attachment for this lens as well. As you can see, it's got a stereo mic built in, which I don't recommend using, although it does sound good. I like using outboard preamps and my own mics. This JVC GY HM100U, which is the US version. It's got a flip out screen, as you can see. It's got a whole pile of controls for controlling everything. It's got a menu system. The viewfinder pulls out and flips up, and it's got a focus adjust here. As you can see, there's more controls here. This you can choose between shooting photos and shooting video. There's your on switch, standby switch. Here's your record button. Underneath you've got your battery. You've got a record light. You've got your input. You've got a DC in here, and then you've got inputs and outputs on the bottom here. So you can transfer files via USB cable. I didn't get that cable with this camera, but it does come with the I do have a cable from my JVC. Here's your wide telephoto rocker switch, snapshot switch. Here's your, oops, sorry, bang. Here's a handle that you can use for it that goes on the top. You can mount that handle on the top of the camera, like so. You can mount that on the top of the camera, and it holds your mic. And then this little wire plugs into this, plugs right into there, and it slides into that hot shoe right here, or like cold shoe, I guess. It's also, you've got your audio controls here, so you can use phantom power, which probably sucks the battery pretty fast, but I haven't even tried it yet. Here's two XLR connectors for external mics. So you can use this mic, which is your JVC mic, or you can use your own mic, and you can take the mic off, like you can unscrew it and remove it. So I'll show you how to do that. So there. So you can just remove the mic right there. And then you can just, that's what it looks like without the mic. And then you can just put your own mic in, I guess. If it'll fit. If you have a shotgun mic that'll fit in there, you can just put your own shotgun mic. You probably use a different company, like you could use a Rhodes shotgun mic or something similar that would work. But I'm a fan of condenser mics, or capsule mics. So that's what I use. So here you can have a focus ring, which you can change that. You can take this lens hood off too, and it's got threads in there, so you can thread in some stuff. You can thread in another lens on top. Let's go around the camera. There's your handle. There's your adjustable sort of, so you can stick your hand in there. Let's see what else we got. So there's the lens hood. You can see into the lens. It's got a an inbuilt lens cover that you can just switch to close your lens. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So you can just hit this cover and shut your lens. There you go, see? That's inbuilt. On the bottom, as you can see, I've attached my shoe for my tripod, my quick release shoe for the tripod. The batteries just slide in and out. You push a switch on the back and then the batteries just slide out like that. So you can very easily replace the batteries. I'm trying to do this all with one hand. There, so the batteries, you can easily slide those in. Pull this viewfinder up. You can see inside the viewfinder. As soon as I open it, it turns the viewfinder on. So if I push the viewfinder in, it'll turn it off, and it'll automatically turn the screen on. And you've got a whole bunch of information on your screen about your recording. You got your audio levels, f stop, shutter speed, gain, autofocus, shooting mode, the amount of this has advanced time code features for this camera. There's a menu button here, and then you get in your menus and you can set anything on the camera with inside the menu system. I'm sure I'm going to miss a whole bunch of stuff. This camera shoots on SD cards. So you flip that down and then you put in your SD cards. There's room for 2 cards, and you close this. And then you've got it's got a whole bunch of features. One of the best features is gain. So it's programmable gain switch. So like I said, you go into your menu in here, and then you can change the programmable gain. So when it says L, when you have the switch set to L, you can program that for 3 increments of gain, or 6 increments of gain, or 2 increments of gain, and I have it set for 3 increments of gain. It's good for low light. So you set the shutter speed for 1/15 of a second, and then I put the gain at plus 3 dB, and I think it looks really good. I'm happy with the quality anyways. There's a programmable switches, which I haven't used. There's the top of the camera. Again, this is a 1920 by 1080p camera with 1/4 inch 3 sensors made by JVC, and we're in 2019, and so that resolution is 1920 by 1080p, and it shoots in 60 frames per second, 30 frames per second, and I think it's 24 frames a second, is it? I'm pretty sure it's 24 frames a second, 30 frames per second, and 60 frames a second. And all of the new cameras are using CMOS, CMOS is the technology you're going to find on pretty much all of the new cameras. So this is using something called 3CCD technology, and it's a different technology. When you're shooting fast motion, which I don't shoot a lot of fast motion, but if you shoot fast motion with the 3CCD camera, you're not going to get any aberrations, which happens with CMOS. But apparently these 3CCD cameras are more expensive to manufacture, so that's why I think the industry has gone to CMOS now. Um, the other thing, so it's a choice you make. It's a choice you make, okay? So, for example, this shoots at 1920 by 1080, which is close to 2K, which I think looks really good. And I'm happy to take that. I love the picture quality, and a lot of people have complained that about this camera that the low light settings are shit, and I absolutely disagree. I was worried about that. I got this camera, and to me, the low light settings at 1/15th of a second with 3 decibels of gain looks incredibly good. And I don't need my low light shots to be all lit up. I'm okay if they look like, if it's an evening time and you're shooting in the evening and it looks like it's evening, that's fine with me. And the detail is amazing. Um, you know, this GYHM 100 I think looks great for low light. The other competitors at the time were like Panasonic and Sony, and so yeah, a lot of people who gave reviews to this camera, you know, they favored the Sonys and the Panasonics, which I have no experience with. But so there's some. I wish there was more lens you know, you could easily, like, you know, this would be a dream camera if you could just throw on like 35 millimeter lenses on this camera. That's kind of my dream camera, like to have a video camera where you can like use like all different 35 millimeter or not, or you know, like old, yeah, 35 millimeter camera, you know, like film camera lenses and stuff. That would be so cool. But other than that, I mean, I am in love with JVC cameras. Why am I in love with JVC cameras? Because I love the way the 3CCD looks. I'm really liking the way it looks. And I was a big fan of Tom Green, which is a Canadian comedian. And for a while, he had his home studio going. And he said that, I can't remember what he said, but he invested in a whole lot of money, and he literally bought like 7 JVC. He didn't say the models of the cameras, but he did all his home studio with the JVC cameras. And so I just said, well, I think I'm going to give that a shot. If it's good enough, JVC cameras are good enough for Tom Green, then I'm going to give it a try. And I was not disappointed. I am not deterred to go away from 3CCD cameras. Even though it's 2019, and even though this isn't like 4K resolution, it would take a lot to change my mind. In fact, if I was going to get a new camera, and I'm not even a filmmaker, I just make the occasional odd videos. But in the future, if I'm looking for a camera, you know, I'm probably going to look for a 4K 3CCD camera. That's how much I like CCD. So the last thing I'm going to leave you with is that the sound quality on these two cameras is incredible. The sound quality is on a par with a professional sound recorder. So you're getting almost 2 in 1. You're getting a camera, and you're also getting a professional quality sound recording sound recorder. And this one does all the time code features, which are like very professional level, you know, time code. So you can set that all up. I don't use time code, I'm not that advanced, but it has it there. And it has a lot of professional sound. And I'll tell you something right now, and that the sound quality of the HD7 is phenomenally good. And that's what I'm recording right now. If you're listening to this, it's on the HD7. But the sound recording quality on this camera, which is the GYHM 100, is a slightly bit better even, I think. And it's got more It's got a lot more headroom and latitude, I think, in recording. I noticed that um, it's very much more forgiving in the settings. Um, the GYHM7, which I'm shooting with, is really hard to get the levels correct. You can clip it real easily, and so I think that the this one has got a lot more headroom, which is perfect for audio recordings. So I think, in my humble opinion, this camera is just probably better quality than most of the professional sound recorders out there, like the portable professional sound recorders out there. So anyways, I've been lusting over this camera. I've had my GYHM, or my HD7, which I'm shooting this on. I've had that for like 4 years, and I started lusting after this camera, and man, I snagged it. When I saw it on Craigslist for $350, I had to snag it, and I'll have to say that I was worried about the low light capabilities, but the low light capabilities are fantastic on this camera. And I think and with the combining with like just amazing audio capabilities, the audio capabilities probably are on all of the JVC line of cameras, even the CMOS cameras. I'm sure they use the same audio technology, which is, I find, just absolutely amazing. I can't recommend it anymore. Like, for anybody that loves audio, the recording capabilities of this camera are spectacular, especially if you use like external preamp and external mics. You're not going to be disappointed with the quality of audio if it's set up correctly, and all the levels, and the gain staging is nice and everything like that. So yeah, what can I say? Yeah, I'm absolutely blown away with this camera, and this is going to be my camera for 3 years from now. I'm going to be using this camera. So anyways, I hope you like this camera, and if you're thinking into getting like becoming a like filmmaker, I'm not a filmmaker, but I have to have a regular job. I don't have the means or the energy, or I haven't taken that risk to make filmmaking, but wow, I think that this is the equipment that you could really do it with. So yeah, I mean, if you're thinking about blowing, $2,000 or something like that on a brand new model CMOS camera, I mean, I don't think you can go wrong taking like $500 US and buying this camera in good condition. Look for like one that's in super good condition, low hours and stuff. And I don't think you can really go wrong. It's awesome, awesome camera. So anyways, that's my little toy, and yeah, it's my little $350 Canadian toy, and yeah, I'm very happy with it. So in the near future, I think you'll be seeing all of my videos. I have shot a few videos with this already, but I think that all of the content on my channel that's shot with like handheld video is going to be shot with this one right here in the future. So have a look at all my recent videos, probably the ones made in the last 6 months, or no, not that long ago, the last month. So from like August 2019 onward on my channel, they're going to be shot with this video camera. And this video, and my old stuff, if you look at all my old videos that are shot on handheld, they're all shot using the HD7. And the audio for this is shot through this JVC HD7, which I'm shooting right now with a wide-angle lens, using a Marenius MM3100 portable 3-channel mic preamp, portable mixer, and through an Audio-Technica, like a studio mic, capsule mic. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions or you're a CCD fan, I'd love to hear your comments. Thanks for watching.